la da la me me da me je ya mo da ja de na so ju ju la cha wa je ba no sa je so ba ra de je de ve ju ju ba de da shi je da me chu nye che ne de je na ye ke da da no je ke ya du da da me ye ke no da ro wa ke je da na che sa ba tam je ke da ke ju don do Manjana che non è un segno di tanto tosana non mi voglio andare a soggiere con buon modo di to bacia te che te tambe ci segna me con cu giù ma le passe da December show.
Please listen by adjusting your Please listen by adjusting your motivation and your conduct by thinking I must achieve the precious state of peerless enlightenment, complete enlightenment, for the sake of all the mother sentient beings who are equal to the extent of space by any means, and for this reason I'm going to listen to the Holy Dharma teachings.
Da con sembra già vicino ci sono delle nyamze non rimanda di ma sono me va due ba ci ci lamjere bi ci no capci da le ko tenone da sambegone topcheva sedea de capci.
As for the Dharma that we are going to be listening to, this is an explanatory transmission of the stages of the path to enlightenment, which includes all of the essential points to be practiced by the three beings of the three scopes without missing out a single one. And specifically we are on the section about karma and its results, and within that section on karma and its results we're looking at how karma becomes very powerful from the point of view of the attitude.
La ni parcho basi ta ni jo la yo re dai la ya ge wa la sambi top ge che jo yo de ba ma si de la yo nyom me samba shu cha ba to ju ri wa top che ba re che nyom me samba shu cha go yo ba to de yo ju ri mo de ri che yi na top che bo yo re ta de no ne jo
we're on page 235, by the way, about halfway down, where it says with regard to wrongdoing. So we've already looked at how virtuous karma can become very strong from the point of view of the attitude. So the terms that are used here, where it talks about good conduct lecture, the good conduct, that means practicing merit, creating merit, and then with the sort of bad conduct or the wrong conduct, this is a term, the nijya, that refers to non-virtue, and so it's saying here that just like in the case of virtue, also in the case of non-virtue, when the attitude is strong in terms of the afflictions being very strong and being generated, for example, over a long period of time, so not just arising very strongly, but also arising over a long period of time, then the negative karma that we would create would be much more powerful because of that. And within the different kinds of afflictions, then anger is when anger arises very strongly, then it makes the negative karma that we create very much stronger.
대기짐이 로느냐마다 생고지 답이 연소나 공로지 지원이나 대라 기짐을 잘 주잖아. 여기 여러 이제 된대게는 좋은도 냠배 기짐마다 된대 집에 있나 대게 있나 가바돈의 사업이 임마동화도 인조법과 나서봐 손놈지서 정도 그래서 손이 말해.
For example, if you look at this passage that's quoted here from the Bodhisattva Charavatara, that explains that how it is that the amount, how much merit can be destroyed by a moment of anger. So that the duration of one finger snap contains 65 moments, and so if one were to get angry for that period of time, for the time that it takes to snap one's fingers, which contains 65 moments, then one would moments. I was saying, okay, well, seconds maybe, maybe not seconds actually, because I think
depends what you label.
Yes, depends how you label it. So. Because the thing is, a finger snap that might take 1 second, but Rinpoche is saying that there are 65 of these gijik inside of that period of time that it takes to click your fingers. So if we say moments, anyway, just to give it some label, there are 65 moments inside that period that it takes to click your fingers. And so if you were to get angry for that amount of time, the time it takes just to click your fingers, then you would destroy 65 eons of the merit that you might have created from practicing generosity, making offerings, and so forth. All of that merit that had been created over 65 eons would have been destroyed.
그랬다. 그래서 공주 좀 세안들라다. 공주 좀야게 계좌들라 단단데 지난데 손놈이 소송으로. 근데 제도 돈이도 비시럽대 근데 공주 좀 두고 말했어. 대만인비 계좌 간지 있나요? 정도요 그래서네 순수제요래. 다들 다 보기 온다 제가서물. 다요 돈이도 비시럽지 선반이 있나? 공주 좀 두고 말했어. 그래다 손놈지 소위 있나요? 돈이도 비시럽지 센데요나 공주 좀 말했어. 다 가르쳤나? 돈이도 비시럽대 공주 좀지지 님보로. 공주 좀지기 님보 손자 공주 대판 좀 두고 말했어. 다 님보 뒤 센데요 아니나 그또 침무지 센데 인자 공주 좀 두고 말했으니 순수제요.
So it when it talks about that many eons of virtue being destroyed, was specified here, the kind of virtue gets a virtuous root that can be destroyed, that's destroyed by anger is merit, because the wisdom, there's another kind of root of virtue or virtuous root, which is the wisdom realizing emptiness. So that particular virtue couldn't be destroyed by anger, and likewise any merit which is reinforced by or held by, reinforced anyway, supported or reinforced by the wisdom realizing emptiness, that merit, even though it's merit, still it couldn't be. It's not the type of virtue which can be destroyed by anger, and the reason for this is that the wisdom realizing emptiness is the antidote to anger. So the antidote to anger can't be destroyed by anger. Mm. So Geshe-Gelsen has clarified that what can be destroyed by the anger is the method side. When we talk about the two aspects of the path, the method side and the wisdom side, so the method side can be destroyed by anger when it's not reinforced by the wisdom side, the wisdom realizing emptiness.
그래요. 제가 잠자잖아. 주세요. 잠자 만들어도 되면서 대지 선조 중에 개와요. 선조 만들어도 되면서서네. 잠재는 주티지 동반이나 다 잠자는 데네. 잠자 만들어 봐도네. 주티 받을 세 말이스. 대노지 근데 계좌도 돈을 봐이나 선조 만들어 받은 세 말이서네. 선조지 요. 다 되잖아니. 계좌 가려이나요. 뭐 같이 선제 공부도 중요시하니나 좀 말해 숨겨래. 한동안도 하다 공조 그랬다. 건조니고 선자 팀은 좀 제도 계좌 공부 권이나요. 랑성안이 조비선 주도 거야다. 근데 다 내미도 비시랍 요나다 야슈 때문에나요. 그게 계좌 가리나 뒤 뭐 자질에서 로지 마루버에 섬네 매매비 제했다면서 대 개침물에
So there's a scripture which talks about how the virtue, or the virtue which is virtuous root which is dedicated to enlightenment can't be destroyed by anger, and the example is given of how a drop of water, when it's poured into, when a drop of water falls into an ocean, then that drop of water won't get dried up until the ocean itself gets dried up. So the virtue which is which is dedicated to complete enlightenment, that also won't get used up until one achieves enlightenment. And so that virtue then, since it can't be, it won't get used up until one achieves enlightenment, clearly then that also cannot be destroyed by anger. So that's another way of looking at it. So it's said that, therefore, that any virtuous root which is dedicated to enlightenment couldn't be destroyed by anger. And so for this reason, it's important that when we create virtue, that when we dedicate, then we should try to complete the dedication, if possible, then with an actual, with a sort of, by understanding its the empty nature of the three spheres, as they explain, by understanding the entrance of the three spheres by the actual realization of non-true existence, but at least if one could complete the dedication by thinking, somehow thinking with a sense of belief that the three spheres are empty of true existence, the three spheres of...
So when we, in the daily life, when we collect merit, we dedicate. Therefore, that's another way of saying that the merit doesn't get destroyed until we achieve enlightenment. So therefore, when in the daily life, when we collect merit, we dedicate to achieve enlightenment. And then, so when we do that, then besides that, then the circles, the three circles, the prayer and the action, the merits, all these. Then look at the nature empty. Look at the nature empty. So this way, by seeing the emptiness, then dedicate merits.
다 control 대용 control 노네요. 상바 총발 줘봐. 그래 저 주조 편지 저 정말 소매 줘봐 주바 있나? 니바 쳐요. 대리 좀 자세 sonju스마가 좋아하는 신의 제대해서 땡인지 잡아래. 땡인지 잡아래. 제일 제죠. 노심 제나네. 대라 수좀 퇴비 좀면 삼대매죠. 고내죠면 진비매죠. 손제 조비매 네 말이다. 저 정말 소매 줘봐. 주로 노 편지 주바이나 님이 전부 용들을 대연다 노래 편지 노심 제나 Chujim, the Tuvata, anything in Zinda, and the Vemba the neighbor, and the Jimatoma, the Choba, Tabjichata, and the Jinayo, the Juptu Maris, so in Baris.
Then within the different types of anger, then anger towards, I don't know the term that's used in the text here, but anyway, it's talking about anger that one might get towards one's Dharma friends. So the Dharma that...
those who are engaging in, oneself, living the ordination of celibacy. So those who are engaged in similar in the ordination of celibacy, getting angry to the ordained ones, and then even more heavier than that is the getting angry to the bodhisattvas.
Yes. And so then there's a passage quoted from the King of Concentration Sutras, which talks about how that kind of that anger towards that kind of object, towards those Dharma friends, the ones who are similar to oneself in the practice of the celibacy, that there's, once you get that kind of anger, then nothing on the method side can protect you in that case. And as it says, the practice of morality, the practice of study or hearing, the practice of concentration, remaining in an isolated place, of generosity and making offerings and so on, none of those practices on the method side are able to protect one from that.
이말다 대제기 쪽도 말이 대제는 안다 공준 점으로 요라 대제기 쪽도 말이 소위 말이 대요 공로 대요 이제 바로보 다 조주선 봐 나온다 근데 연년 봐 밤마다 남아 된데도 출발이나 대삼진 이바 치아요 요래 조주선 봐 있나요 그 조주선 사 통보도 내대야 된데도 출는 이바 치아요 된데 이 말다 연대 조세 요때 연대 최종 공기 님의 최종은 된대요.
Then, so the thing is that none of those practices on the method side can protect one's virtue, because anger will destroy it. Anger is able to destroy all that. And then anger towards a bodhisattva is much more powerful within the different kinds of anger that one might have. Anger towards a bodhisattva is very powerful. Also, anger to those who are close to us, like our father and mother. Also, anger towards one's gurus, and so then within the different bodhisattvas, and so within the different bodhisattvas, one might get angry. So, for example, getting angry with a bodhisattva on the first bhumi, or the first ground, first level bodhisattva, would be much worse, much heavier than, much more powerful than getting angry with a lower level bodhisattva.
So the lower level bodhisattva getting angry to the higher bodhisattva, which the bhumi, which is the ground, the heavier.
전주 레전스 간시 된리 자세 짐다다 가든 연습 제바 연습 제비 정시 가반 이야와 네번 조시 투비송 시선 이 말다 요데 조조스 많이 많이나 대대 추유도 다 되게 있어야 생고지도 변연제라 컨트롤 넘어이나 대라 그지메차 주주 장가 용기여로 이다 생고지도 변 연제라 그지메차 주주 장가 요아니도 가바 주주 장이 봐도 냐바는 내도 거야 된대게 님이 좀 보송하래
So then, if there's now again there's one passage quoted from the Bodhisattva Charivatara, and this is explaining that when you get angry, then if the object towards which your anger is arising is a bodhisattva, then a little bit like the case we had before, if the anger if the anger only lasts for the period of one finger snap, which means that it's a period of time that's composed of 65 moments. So for that number of eons, then one would have to be born in the hell realms, lower realms.
That many times, that many number of eons.
Yes, that many eons.
Held in the hell realm.
다 간지 된데 자세 진다라스 이제 좀 주스 맞대 그래다 섬전 탐지에게 동체 신이 동체 바 캐노 동지 섬전이 동도 가와지 버려도 못 얻어서 뭔고 동안나서 봐다 된데게 내 갑자기 몸보 섬전이 동도 제가 열어 그래서 섬전이 팬들 좀 얘기 짐다게 손다 버지 차대 열어 된데 대 노심지가 있나 이말다 님이 차 요거야 돼 된데 이 말에
The reason why it's there is so much negative karma, or why the negative karma created against a bodhisattva is so powerful, is because the bodhisattva takes it upon themselves, or accepts to help all the sentient beings, helps the sentient beings in various ways by practicing generosity and so forth towards the sentient beings, and is in a sense like the benefactor of all sentient beings, one who is working for the welfare of all sentient beings. And it's from this point of view that the anger towards such a being would be so much more powerful than to other beings.
대다겐 레벨다 somnes 다기 나불렌데 som데 야게 렌람 먹게가 주지 다된 레벨텔라 남민지 레벨세야 좀되진 레벨 나군 레벨세네 레벨 som이 뭐라 임바는 저 다자 동아체도 세세도 지지면서 레는 som스 som마레 이다 소요도 거는 바로보 동아가 제발해. 동아가 제발 엔드 대남인 레벨라 로용 동아용 거야지 자용요. 다 바로 그 소대 통으로 동으로 뒤에 좀되진 레벨라 근데 로니 제 통으로야. 여기 아래. 그래다 바로 그 류제 장동 지지 대용 매가 차로. 인도 장동 세지 제야대 체루제 자동다 매다 된다라는 요리 인도 된다 인도 대 장동 세지 제바대 매바스가 인자 인도 체루제 그래 자동나서 봐 된다 주매다다 아들 차로 요리 인도 된다는 저 남아서 요리했어 말
Now we move on to the third section, which is talking about the results of those. So we've already looked at the dark, or the negative karma, and the negative karma. So this here we're talking about negative karma in general, negative karma and its results, right? So we've looked at the negative karma itself, the different types, the 10 negative karmas and so on. So now we're looking at the results of those negative karmas. And so there are 3 types of result that follow from having created any of those karmas. One is called the result of full maturation, or the ripening result, we normally call it. Then there is the result similar or compatible with, similar to the cause. And then there's the one, the darje, the one that we normally call the environmental result. And there's also a passage from the Abhidhamma Kosha, the Treasury of Knowledge, which explains how there are these 3 types of result. And generally the way this goes is that if you were to harm another sentient being by killing them, taking their life, then you cause them suffering, so you have to experience suffering in return. And this is why we have the ripening result, the first of those 3. And then just like you've harmed you've harmed another by taking their life. So then, in some future life, then you would get the result of having your life
cost the shortest life to others. So they experience the result of the cost.
Shorter life,
that is, you experience shorter life.
Yes, that's sorry. Yes. So because you've made their life short, so as a result, your life will be cut off short. You'll die before your time in some future life, and then when you kill another person, then at that time you destroy the magnificence or the splendor or the luster of their physical body. So as a result of that, then you come to be born in some future life in some sort of environment which is also sort of lacking in any splendor or in luster, so any kind of luster. So you would end up being born in a place which is empty and where there is no sort of essence, which is like a very humid,
scarce in the food or so forth are there. Unable to obtain the needs for long life. So by killing that person, then you cut from those conditions, their food and so forth, that which gives color to the body of the glorification. So you cut that. So then the next, the result, the environment result, you experience that shortage in those things or unhealthy.
Tēlā sōshū sō chīmbu chūpo rērī nyāwā, drēn chūpo rērī dātā, chūmu chūpo rērī tōndrū chēwā, sāngu chī sōna, sā chūpi ndōne chūngrī nī rīw dōde sōng sōs. Dā kāsā nē sāmbī tōp jī, tōp chī chōng, yōng gārē sōng dēyā, tēgā nō jī tūsōng, chūngrī chīmbu wōng kē, mē kēwā lēnām chūpo tēlā yōng, chūmu drēn chīmbu sī, yōng gārē sī. Tējē kē nē, 도좀 첨부권의 노야 연모쇼 잡부권의 노야게 내놈 주보 레리 냐바다 제로 그래서 다른 레인지나 예다 총화되게 돈로다 제기해서 말해 대용에서 와는 동가 제조 제비나 동가 치슈냐와 레인이다 중앙 돈로에다 들어서 말해 다 사주빈도네 중린이 르도네 chung drain the get to roll the jiggeres. Chung the yedal jiggeres somebody. That day, shoot them in to roll the yeda daughter, Riba, dry or chew coat of your. That the rains and drain the ya. To roll the land at the mova, chew siena, go into Imaritate. And drain the jiggeres. That was a charge I had to chew cover that he is somebody.
Now, with each of these 10 negative karmas, we can talk about them having 3 levels in terms of attitude, as we were talking before. So you can have, like they're described as the great, middling, and strong. No, the great, middling, and small. So the point is that when the attitude is in terms of the affliction, when the affliction, any of the 3 afflictions of anger, attachment, and ignorance, when those are very powerful, so when the attitude becomes for engaging the negative karma is very powerful from that point of view, then the karma is considered to be a great negative karma. And then if they're only arising in a sort of sort of like not so strong, but in a middling kind of way, then it's called described as a middling type of strength of karma. And then when they're relatively weak, then the karma, that negative karma, those 10 negative karmas would be described as having only small or weak strength. So when those negative karmas are created in a very strong way, due to the attitude, then the ripening result would be birth in the hell realm. When middling, then the preta realm, and when only in a small way, so like in a weaker way, then the result would be birth as the ripening result would be birth as an animal. But now, according to the sutra called the 10 grounds, the 10 grounds, the two later results are reversed. In other words, what it says is that when the negative karma is middling, that leads to the birth, the ripening result of birth as an animal, and when it's small, then that leads to the ripening result of being born as a preta, or the hungry ghost. And the reason for that is it's the Sutra of the Ten Grounds is looking at from the point of view of the ability to practice Dharma. So because the hungry ghosts or the pretas, they have a slightly they have a sort of sharper intelligence. So for them, it's easier to practice Dharma. Whereas for an animal, they typically have the suffering of being foolish and not like unintelligent. So it's more difficult for them to practice Dharma in general.
To understand
Dharma. To understand Dharma. So it's from that point of view that therefore the birth as a human being, as an animal is considered inferior to being born as a preta. Therefore, the animal birth is considered to be the result of the middling type of negative karma, middling strength negative karma in terms of the attitude, and the birth as the preta is considered to be the ripening result of the karma of small strength in terms of the attitude.
ronge le jeyate kandize cheyona dedang dahoji juntu yendu miyuyaji yoyimare yendu parubo tse tongro dongba yendu ron tse tongro doya sojebi reda komago yendu parubo nongjo la nobaji nongjo pon gubar jeba yendu jesu ron nongjo ji ponba yondeya imata loyim jenje chuma loyim imata sote la sone di jesu ronge chuma yon son matawa chaya tende yongere son.
Then looking at the text, there's an explanation of the. Now we're moving on to the result similar to the cause. There's an explanation that comes from the compendium, Asanga's compendium. It explains the different types of result compatible with or similar to the cause that with these different 10 negative karmas. So it's called result similar to the cause because it's making the point that you receive as a result something which is similar to the action that the negative karma that you've created. So in the case of killing, for example, when you kill, then that means that you've shortened the life of the other person. You've caused them, the other person to have a short life. So a result similar to the cause in that case would be yourself having a short life. And then likewise, when you steal, then you bring about sort of a lessening or weakening of the possessions and wealth of another person, a sort of deterioration in their wealth. So a result similar to the cause for that would be in some future life. This something I missed out actually. This is explaining how it is that even when you do become free of that ripening result of being born in the lower realms, and later on are born as a human being, then you would experience this result similar to the cause. So in the case of stealing, then because of having brought about this lessening or the weakening of the wealth of the other person, then you yourself would face poverty in a future life as a human being after you finished with that ripening result of being born in the lower realms. And then in the case of the sexual misconduct, so there, if we think in the case of somebody who has taken or had some relationship with somebody else's wife, if a man has had a relationship with somebody else's wife, then the result similar to the cause for that would be in some future life when they're born as a human being, then not being able to keep or guard their own wife in that case.
Not even protected others' wife.
이말다 나가 먹어봐 좀 이말다 좀 되어라 자제시에 바로 보라네 좀 그래다 고바다 된대지 아니나 마음바나 로나요 고반되니 뭐뭐 용되니지 고바 뭐마도 이말다 참아주네 바로 예와 제와디 준통바 근데 제와지만 남서로 자오 조고 된다 카트로야 예와도 다 제수 보면야 디 이도면 원자모 뭐 되대야 요이 말이야 참아서 나자봐 돈담매와 된다게 괜찮으면 무시 돼야 되는 나자서기 와로 인데 대래 준비되어라니 현재 롱게 책임이니까 다들은 전주제야 말해서야로 전대다 제나 요요로 계자 남는 제대인데 인데 마음 받자와 참아요 되는 요거를 해서 책임이 받아
Then it goes on to talk about the results similar to the cause that we have for the 4 negative karmas of speech. So the first one would be about lying, the results from the cause that comes from that. So when you lie to another person, then this involves some, what do we call this? Sorry? Denial, that's the one, yeah. It involves some denial, the term that's been used in the English is slander, anyway, denial, sort of underestimating kind of thing, denial. So as a result similar to the cause of that, then you would get also other people talking to you in the same kind of way, with the sort of content of slander, as it says in the text, or the denial. And then in the case of divisive speech, so since your divisive speech has led to others being split apart, then you would find as a result similar to the cause then also being like split apart from your friends and so forth, or and so forth in a future life as a human being. Then with the harsh speech, you would get a result similar to the cause of hearing a lot of unpleasant sounds. And then in the case of the senseless speech, so idle gossip as we call it, this involves saying a lot of just meaningless nonsense. So as a result similar to cause for that, then you would find that other people just don't listen to what you say. They just regard you as being somebody that's not to be listened to. And in fact, we even see that happening in this life. If a person talks a lot of nonsense, then people tend to disregard what they have to say. So, but here particularly it's talking about how in some future life, when one's born as a human being, one's words not being taken seriously.
다 예지서 그 정도나 자동모습 시제하고 단남선 차배우 중하지 근데 노선 동하지 로다데 레다 몸바체네 마시가 이제 몸이 오게 로다 중마로 인도에는 뒤좀들 들어가다 자동모습 시제 뭐 그래서
Then the results similar to the cause that come from the 3 negative karmas of the mind, that would be a preponderance, or sort of like having a preponderance of attachment, anger, and ignorance, or having those arising strongly. Specifically, what that means is that in the case of having engaged in the negative mental karma of covetousness, since covetousness is a type of attachment, so in a future life, then one would have the result similar to the cause of strong attachment, a lot of attachment. And then the ill will, this is anger or hatred, and so the ripening result, sorry, not the ripening result, the result similar to the cause would be a preponderance of anger. And then with the wrong view, since one engages in the negative karma of wrong view due to ignorance, then the result, similar to the cause, would be a lot of ignorance, sort of ignorance arising very strongly.
Demabele Sajubin Dolene, Terrella Duini Sondes, and Jumdin River. The Jumdin River and Rereson Yade, and Sajubin Lord, Demabele and China, Nini Sumari, Carte Magina, Setona, that's a Toma Stagiwachi, and the name of Masiati. And the Lonjo Chona say at the gate that you went Lonjo. And the Lonjo Jendo Tomomato. The Lonjo Chunjuji. And the Lonjo Jendo Tomomacha, wrong Melcha. Tanda Loyemke, Yonkur Messia, Ba Yete Merona, Chumandenda the Chibas. Chumandenda Chibas, Tagi Chibarwa. Tan Korio, Chuma Membe, and the Korio. Messi Bichevo said there. Yabomea in Barta, Tendeta. And the Yet and the Meroa, because Lord came Meroa, Tendeta, Chuman and that Chambers. Kura Mohins, Tagi Chibachi. Da Jenja Ron to Luya, that Jazing Pa Luya Yendu, Jesus Ron Luya. In Maritane. Tame Kor Mendomishin, Nembatons, in the Tamajone, Zawo the Yavacha Yendu, wrong Kor Kata, Mendomishin, and Kor the Nemba, say at the two by then Yedamoma Tuishin, Tamu Sedin Jovas, six subject, Yedamoma Tuisi at the Chibachi. That Kijashi in the corner. Paruba sem true to Yado, Tommy Sitting Joya, the DJ Ungaris. And then Najake, Sig Mizumba, 6 song musicians. That's a Mizuma, Jenny said the other Chibarua, 6 song musicians, Tagati Chibaji. And Mangi Boba Jovas. Imerita, Boba. The Yellow Bashagas or no, Chuishagas or no, Yena, Tela Madens or no, Mangiba. Attended Chadia. You will raise on me in Yogata. That again, Yijus Modella, Chadomos of Shea Chavasia, so, they you much it. Take on up Namsimge, Lobache, Cho Mishiba, that Lobache at the Tagichibachi. Pemba Mesova, Mepemba Sovaham, Pemba Mesova. But that change Nola, Namsim Jeda take it, use up wrong again, Mepema Swedes or no, Pemba Mesovs or no, wrong the Goya de Mevachi, then the Chaya. So he maybe was over those. Then no sim gay, Yen Nova Chevata, did I get Chibachi? Yen Nova Chevan Juvas, Sir Nova Chevan Juvas. Then Loti. Tawang Asians, say at the Rita, Marushi, say at Chipachi. You're judging the Joros, Jovas also.
So then, with the. Then there's a quote in the text from the where is this in the. Does somebody know where we are on the text page? Huh? 236. Okay. So there is a quote from the chapter on the truth. What does it say there? The chapter of the truth speaker. Right, so halfway down, page 236. So also this explanation is also like the explanation from the Sutra of the 10 grounds. So I've lost my page. Yeah. So it there in the sutra on the truth, the chapter of the truth speaker, there it talks about 2 results coming from each of these 10 negative actions, 2 results similar to the cause. So Rinpoche read out from the from the text, and then we find that generally speaking the results that were mentioned above are also mentioned here, but then some extra results. So with the killing, so because of because of having shortened the life of the other person, so having a short life, and also the second result that's mentioned is having many kinds of illnesses. Then in the second one, again the first. So when I say second, I'm talking about the negative karma of stealing, right? So the result similar to cause for that. So there, the first of the two results, which is mentioned there, where it says you have few resources and the resources you do have would be shared with others. So the first one is the same as above, having few resources, having few possessions, and then what you do have, since it's shared with others, so you wouldn't have any, you wouldn't have control over it. So that's the second one that's mentioned. Then with the third negative karma, which is the sexual misconduct. So where it says here, your helpers would be disorderly or untrustworthy, and you would have a contentious spouse. So the second one is as above, is talking about not being able to guard or not being able to keep your partner. It's specifically mentioned in before, your wife in the case of a man, and so obviously it's applicable the other way around as well. So then also the second sort of an extra result that would come would be your circle or your retinue, your helpers here, it says, being sort of being bad people, and also unreliable. And then when we go on to the four of speech, so there, because of lying, others, it says slander, but anyway, it's to do with denial, anyway, denial. So others would slander you a great deal, and that was mentioned before. And also as a result of lying, the others, this is the result of causing some future life as a human being, yourself, you're being...
others not accepting that which is true, others not accepting to you, which is something truth, then others denial, not accepting. Yeah.
So it doesn't really mean slander then, actually. It means...
So slander is mistaken here.
Yes. So it means where it said slander, it would be better to have the word to understand that to mean not accepting what you say. So then, and then also oneself being deceived, just like you've deceived the person. So in some future life, you get the ripening result similar. Sorry, not the ripening result. The result similar to the cause of yourself being deceived in turn. So then with the divisive speech. So there you find the one result similar to the cause is your circle of friends and so forth not being somehow being divided, not being able to live in unity, in unison, and then so your helpers would not get along and would misbehave. It says as a result of the harsh speech, then. Your what you say somehow for some reason leading to others to be irritated with you or angry with you. This would be a result similar to the cause. So this is like an extra one that wasn't mentioned before, a result similar to the cause that comes from harsh speech. And then with the senseless speech, so there the one result is the same as before, which is people not relying upon, or like not paying attention, not paying attention to what you say, not taking what you say seriously, and then also a lack of confidence. It says, I don't know how. Let's see lack of confidence. So what that means is, for example, if you had to explain something to people, like explaining Dharma, then not really being able to remember very well what is that you're supposed to be saying, what you're supposed to be talking about. So your speech lacking confidence in that way. And then with the 8th, 9th, and 10th, which are the results similar to the cause that come from covetousness, ill will, and wrong view, then some of the result is similar to the explanation above, which means having strong attachment, strong anger, and strong ignorance. But in addition, with the 8, 9, with the malice, it says you would seek the unbeneficial or not seek the beneficial. So this was explained. Rinpoche explained this as meaning somehow you have what you don't have what you need, what you want, but then what you have is what you don't want. You have what you don't want, and then with the wrong view, then you have the result similar to the cause of having some sort of your view, your philosophical view, your view of things is some perverse one or some bad one.
The wrong view and the cunning. Cunning, your cunning. It's cunning. You is hiding mistakes. The wrong view and cunning. So
you the result of similar to the cause of having cunning and
deceiving or that cunning. You do.
This is deceitful.
Yeah.
English.
Yeah. So actually, Gurva, there was the result similar to the cause of the eternal life, and that's being criticized. Gurva is criticized, but which means denying.
Okay.
Gurva.
Yes. So where we were saying.
But where it's here, it's slander.
Denying. Yeah.
It's criticized. Gurva. Criticized.
In the English text, they've been using the word slander, and I was trying to use the word denial. So, as Rinpoche is saying, it's best to say criticize.
Criticize, which contains denying.
Which contains denial in the sense of saying something which some quality that you might have, you don't have, and so on. Usually denial, something which doesn't exist, saying something which does exist, saying that it doesn't exist. That's the normal meaning of it.
Imberta, Lama Komana, Mertina, Soju so, Tedala, Gavanjo, Chebajuni, Namana, Yonjuni, Sheta, that Anda Konda, Yonjuni, River, the Jimdi River, on the say they are the shit, in Yonjum to Segoris. The park and this on the days on so yon that you are in the Yonjum Bas. That Chebajum do said, Tedon, Tela, Gavatela, Chebajum. So
then it mentions towards the end of this section that the previous lamas, the previous gurus, explain that those results similar to the cause which have been just explained are results which are experiences similar to the cause. So just like just like you did something wrong, like killing, shortening the life of another person. So an experience similar to the cause would be your own life being shortened. So those results which have been explained, those results similar to the cause which have been explained, they describe as the experience similar to the cause, because they say there is another another result similar to the cause, which is called the action similar to the cause. And what that means is a tendency to like that particular negative action. So in the case of killing, liking to kill, or having a tendency to like killing.
Imberta, Chebajum do say at the Dujuji is on it. The Chebajum do take a one get Yonjo Lesa, Jenny, that don't have more than the Koyachirua. Then I mean, there say at the that don't have a chejurete, a court, Mumileti, Namide, Chipore. In that under, Chebajum do take le yon sa yendu namiya mombo yon de goya chagi yorwa tende yendu seba jumde de shuji mari.
Now, actually, this action similar to the cause is the worst of the results, because it's due to having that result that you engage in that negative action again and again, so that again and again you have to experience the suffering result. It's true that the ripening result is the greatest suffering, but once you've experienced it, then it's over and done with. Whereas in the case of the action similar to the cause, so you're again and again creating the cause to experience that ripening result. And it's for this reason that it's the worst of them.
Da dagunriwa wangen drevene stagi dandres siruji yola mi yuyaji. Yorwa date dagunriwa wangen drevene soje bi da dandre kande yorsena soje ba le Chenmo jinjik tenje zaton no meno drevena so tu chungwa tang da nyemba tang se yaji. Tande nyam chungwa se yaji. 제단 레님스야로 연대냐 자윤도 자야지 여러 있는데 다 도중화도 님바스 냠총도 어제도 자 임바래 근데 뇌바도 또 중화도 요가지 내제 봐 semje 파제 세마세 봐요 제완 줘봐 더 임바르다 당이산 어제야 손 소야도 선동제야다 대지 치료지 사동다 매들이 고요하지 인도 대지가 싫어 소마도지 대리 신다 소마도 인도 근데 매모보다 세마세 번치와 대리 요요
얘기 소리인데 가서들 소리 얘기 소리
소조비 단데 다분르세야데 소제용도 거나 류지 시진매바 제버와 그래서 류지 시진 제야데 세르지 자동다 맨다 된들로 되는 제고요로 인도에는 그 시진매바 제야 인다 제야게 담매다 되지 누바냠네 마오바로니 네 네모가 세마세가 제야 되는 거です.
Then we go on to the environmental results, we usually call it, and that so this is talking about a result which ripens in some external object or in the external place. So in the case of killing, then it talks about how the food and drink, medicines, fruit and so forth have little strength. Let's see what it says here. Little strength will be ineffective. So then this word which has been this word which has been translated as ineffective, the nyamba. So this word in this context means feeble, nyamjung, sort of feeble or weak. It can have a slightly different connotation when you use it in the context of qualities, or knowledge. But here it has that kind of meaning, being sort of weak or feeble. So, and then little potency and power and so on. So, as we mentioned before, so when you kill a person, then you destroy the splendor or the magnificence of their body and so forth. And these are things which come from the external sources, from the food and drink and so on that one takes. So therefore, there is the environmental result that comes from killing is that the food and medicine and so on that we rely upon would be very weak, and therefore they don't work. They're ineffective, and so because they're ineffective, then we have the result of having more illnesses and so forth.
나 마지막에 다 이제 농조 냠버 지거지. 인도다 농조 지야라 일단데 신내에서 이나 마지막에 농조 지야라 신 동도야고 저야고 요로 인도다 대제 맞도지 롱게 농조 마오바나 롱게 농조 지야게 다 신내로 제위나 레베뉴 용마도 메요. 근데 driven be종아 입도서 로차대요. driven 줄바 에레다 나면 driven 멤버 driven 줄데 driven 나와 아톰바도 쓰기와 임바. 얘네 템바치 봐도 차치 봐도 내가 오게 시가 야고 제마도 그지. 요 driven 같이 감바도 매번 줘봐. 단어 주 제비 주 된다세.
Then, in the case of the environmental result that comes from taking what has not been given, stealing in other words, then there, because what you've done in the case of stealing is that you've brought about a depletion or a lessening of the wealth and resources of another person, of the other person. So the environmental result of that would be that the sources or the causes for your wealth to increase, to develop and increase, would not go well. So, for example, in order for your wealth to increase, if the source of your wealth is field work, then the field work needs to go well, and you need to the trees and the crops and so on to grow well in order to be able to get to that development of your wealth. So here, then the converse of that would happen. The opposite of that would happen, because like if your wealth depends upon field work, then you would find that you get very little fruit from what you've done. Also, the fruit that you get or the crops that you grow would also be very weak, and then they would turn, sort of like go off or rot. You might find that some dried, or some of the fruit dries out, or that it's some just doesn't grow at all, and then explains the fruit would be partially spoiled, and also other things that would affect the possibility of your wealth from increasing, that having severe droughts, torrential downpours, and so forth.
로임게 단래라 근데 사자 조과에서 노래를 자대요. 이거를 쇼원제도 남자도 진지도 매장와도 정하와 뭐와 정하와 정말 좋고요 되지. 냠가와 냠매가와 요게래서
and then, as a result of sexual misconduct, then the environmental result for that is being born in a very dirty place. So it explains a place where there's a lot of mud and filth, so urine and excrement and urine, in generally a very filthy place, and a place which is very smelly, very sort of like full of all sorts of
excrement.
Excrement, yes. And then a place which is this Nyamgawa. No.
그게 너무 사자 그런 게 맞지가 돼서.
Very depressed place, very sad place, very sad place.
주인의 마음에 다 주인의 마음에 누게 되면 누게로 현다 누게지. 다 되게 요 신내다 조조별 내전다 제발 먼저 봐다. 이마다 신내지. 다 되게 가라니 단다 주자에서로 된 것이라 마다가 감이 자는 좋도야. 신내제야다 조동야 된데게 레제 다 제마도지 남로마주지 그랬다 나부지가 올라 야고요다지 다 나부 옛날지가 돌아니 나만노지 용부터 같아서 단계 차대.
Now, in the case of lying, the environmental result from lying. So, in the case of lying, you've deceived another person. So, then, as a result of that, if we look again at in the context of somebody who's engaged in a field work, working with the fields, then the result of your field work would not be extensive. It wouldn't bring extensive results. And then I didn't get the rest.
Meta parublude yenza yenda tumbar menjorji. Parcello vado sojono game bo. Imarta de numbade jigwado jizono jumombo demba. Yungres.
Lai yang ji
Okay. Le tuju leja tam jesiat. 일단 람로만 주의서 그러자. 조조네 단다. 조동지. 조동지는 라자지 못내 된데 지금 힘 바로. 일단 단 그랬단다. 지금 뭐 주임만하게 된데 저게 갑라 조동에 옛날에 저는 로게 뭐 배자 뭐 용기하지. 다들 나고지 제로도 단대 단다 수용이 단대 전원은 전예시라며 가자 되게는 거기서 시작 방용이다 이 말이야 내 신내이 나야 되가지
So, one who hasn't, they haven't done much telling lies, so then you have a success, great success, very high. So you make very high money from the boat or ship or whatever, the transportation. Then who did, not telling lies, and as a result, the environmental result. Yeah, then the business doesn't become successful. Can't have money. Doesn't receive the previous about receive a lot of say customers, lot of passengers. You receive a lot of passengers with the first one who hasn't much telling lie, but with the second one who did a lot of telling lie, then experienced the environmental result, the positive results. So less. Much less people are unable to make money.
맞다. 참에네 그래도 참아 삽소 만물도 사지거로 야 도서 마서 들리자 되게 정정도 공공선로 도마다 로가와다 이과도 예전에 주모모도 된바도 나 주변에 지금 말해야 되게 사소 노놈노 셀마도 노도 셀마도 조모모마도 사자 쭈바다 나만 넘바도 자태되서로 넘보면지 밥주도 초도 그래다 주주주 밥주다 초치되었다 땡가스 가시 원이야 주도 등에 된다 땡가스 이런 땡가 매바도 tenga me bata. Kaza, kamsata, sir. Kamsata, zagoto, kondondo, imaresta, sa, le me denge, sa, kamo, tondo, jematoa. And it's zago, basaje, imata, tondo, the jematoa, go basaj, yosa, the jiga, Gondondo, Gondondo, Sama, Chuju, Shu, Chonron, Chadison, then the same. And then Tacheta, Tibajin Jeta, Jibi Jumomo, the Batans.
Then, in the case of this, the divisive speech, so the environmental result that comes from that would be being born, having to live in a place where the land is very uneven, like, having some all sorts of different levels, some like very high levels, low levels, not sort of like even ground, level ground, and land which is also very difficult to travel through. So the divisive speech in a place which is bumpy, craggy, uneven, difficult to traverse, and also a very fearful place, living in a very fearful place. And then, as a result of the harsh speech, being born in a place which is very harsh, very rough, a place which doesn't have waterfalls and springs and so forth, and then so a place which is very dry, being born in a place which is very dry, and which, because of being so dry, then very difficult to get crops to grow. So being also like full of like unevenness in the environment, which also prevents it, makes it difficult to grow the crops. So that's the harsh speech. And also a place which is barren, a place which is very dry, a place, we already mentioned that, the barren, a very vile place, a very kind of like inferior kind of place.
That's it, Jabine. Ngaja, that can you manage that again? Drive Joshin and Drive Machapatos. Drive Manibato, Drive Chapato. In the can you manage on the shed there in the then watch again? Joshin and Drive Macha, or Drive Maniba, your Drive Cha. Drive Chabi, Drive Machapato. Mamma member number. Me, in a mean Celon means member no. In the division, Zawa Metembado. They only rain the Menebado. Kongarawa, Nasanam, Zimbu, in Yangawa, Memomato, Jibi Jumomoto Dembato. That Kongarawa said that you don't know to Lako, Kuzu to the Usinella, Sekiorwa. And then the Kongarawa said that Jimmy Sato was a Yamino, Jimmy Sato, Nasada, Zimbu Yangawa. Memomato Mombo Megachi. They all Jibi Jumomoto Dembato. That's in Juinjua at the Momo Yodea.
And then for the senseless speech, senseless speech, yes. The result, similar to the cause there, would be just like the senseless speech itself. You're just sort of speaking at random, like senselessly in that way, kind of speaking at random. Also, if you wanted to grow crops, then you would find that either they don't grow or that they grow at the wrong time. So they grow at the wrong time, but they don't grow at when they're supposed to grow. Then they don't grow. And also having fruits growing which look as if they're ripe from the outside, they look as if they're ripe, but actually inside they're not ripe. They're not ripe. Where the plants, when they grow, their roots are not very steady, so they can't last long. And then this.
So even the fruit trees grew but the fruit doesn't take fruit, or it happens in the wrong time. So the Kungarava, so we're saying generally it means the temple where where there's a statue of the Buddha, the text scripture and the stupa, where there's abiding the temple. Or the altar, it's called Kungarawa. But here in this context, it's a park, Kimetsal Park.
남섬제네 포숨소바 탐지 로레레도 두세도 나와도 샤르라 냐미진들라 페바는 멤버도 그래도 바로 그 놀노조라 남섬제다 되게 옛날에 부서 포숨소바로 가래 요하잖아요. 그 로레레 이마르레 진데 연구도야지 연구해서 노섬제네 야암도 노바도 yamdo ne yamse de de bar gune soro no bato ne goata chubado paruje maso de chuno momata singedo dalo sobato judu bado judu do digbata sinje me momata nobjin do bado chungu daso momata iden jibi jumo bo yode yaji yo ibar da jinda te sinje me se yade Dom seguirese ya tendré doa. Dom ta.
Then, in the case of covetousness, so there, when you're creating that kind of karma, then it involves wanting to possess you covet the others, the goods of other people. So the environmental result is that all of the marvelous possessions and so forth that you might have day by day, is that the environment, the excellent things in the environment, they degenerate even day by day. So they degenerate day by day, week by week, month by month, and so, and they never increase. And then you're also in a place where there are epidemics, various other kinds of contagious diseases, various kinds of harm. So places which are kind of quite dangerous, quite fearful. So places where there are quarrels and disputes with the opponent's armies, it says there. And then so danger from wild animals such as lions, tigers, and poisonous snakes, and so forth. Then it mentions the scorpions. Then there was something here. So I think just a second. So the singing that's all right. Singular. Yeah, so this the last one, which has been translated in the text as fireflies, which I thought looked a bit strange actually. So Rinpoche explained that the meaning of this is Dom right there. So bear.
No, not spider.
Not bear. Spider.
Spider.
Okay, not the bear.
Spider. Rinpoche said another meaning is also spider.
Okay.
Sinjime.
Yes.
Another meaning.
Another meaning for it.
Yeah, it is also said it's spider.
Yes.
Many website, many web.
Da lodine, da loda sen chenje loda dewa, chenje loda dewa yinza di dandela nojin jigdena jugong chodo zo da no ban juwa ta. Re de lumba dina ngoma tongong ya go yoda ji. De je ne pa ba no pro ya. Da chenje loda dewa yinza ngobo me zo ma la zo ma ta de ya. Donga wala chodo zo ma ta dewa no. 이말 매성화는 초도도 농가마다 초도 되는 농아. 근데 제동노니 연결해서 Reda, Nedo, Jobado, Jameba Jubao, Jedon, that ne job say at the so, Dowan or Himbari. Himbarta, the chain of the Jena, convenience, let Joba Jebin ne, Singat. Himbarta, Torige, Yavato, Yet the job in the job as it. The nigger journey, your money, Jonga Jameba Joa, say at the song.
Nedan Jobdan Captain to the Anchorage.
Neda Jobas, Nes, Jen convenience, village, Joba Chapin, Nes. The Yoma Chagres. The Torigin and Zilli Joba Cheta, Jobas. Then the Mewacha. The Lineage Junior Morva, then your money Jabi Jameba Jobas.
So then, with the ripening result of the wrong view, which the karma itself involves viewing things in a sort of like a way which is completely opposite from the truth, or in a perverse way. So correspondingly, there is a result, an environmental result of finding that what was good in the country gradually just disappears. And also there is a tendency to see what is actually suffering as being pleasant, seeing that which is unclean or impure as being very clean and pure. And then it mentions here, so because those are all perverse ways of viewing things that come as an environmental result of the wrong view, which is itself also a perverse way of seeing things. So then, I don't know what the terms they've used here are. There's like it mentions a place or a home, maybe a protector and refuge. But anyway, this first one, the place, not literally no place. What that means is there's nothing which is able to protect you from the suffering of psychic existence. Then no protector means there's no one that's able to show one the way to achieve high status as a human being or as a god. And then when it says no refuge, this refers to the fact of having no one, nothing that can protect you from or help you to overcome the cause of that kind of the suffering of psychic existence, which means the afflictions.
인다 가불렌데 삼바세야 됐다 다기 나불레람 그게 주시대야 저로 대도요도 디도서 가불레람 차대요 다기 드브 그게 드브 시대야 대지 소도네 가불레진 드브 차요고요.
So then we go on next to the explanation of positive karma and its results. So when it comes to generally speaking, when it comes to the positive karma, then we've already had an explanation of the negative karma. So when you, like the opposite of those, when you reverse from those or turn away from those, when you reverse from those, the complete opposite of those is positive karma. So, and then also the kind of result that you get from those negative karmas. When you look at the positive karma, the